Welcome to the training scenario, Commander. This scenario will help you get familiar with both the basic and advanced controls of our command and control system. Throughout your training, you will use training stations to activate different sections of the training mission. Simply move your cursor over a training station and press A to select that section. You may interrupt a training station by selecting it again while it is running. After a few seconds, the station will reset and be ready for you to reselect the section. There are 4 major sections to the Command & Conquer 3 heads-up display. The mini-map is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. It allows you to keep track of your units and structures in all locations on the battlefield. It also displays important information, like your power meter and credits. The selection portrait located above the mini-map indicates your current selection. You can reference your objectives at any moment if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. To access your objectives, press the Back button. There are 2 types of objective markers. The yellow objective markers are primary objectives that you must complete in order to finish the mission. The green arrows are bonus objectives. Completing all the bonus objectives will unlock all the medals and ribbons available for that mission. If you ever need to know what a particular button, unit, or structure does, place the cursor over the object and a tooltip will appear. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station covers camera movement, zoom, and rotation. To pan the camera, move the left stick up, down, left, or right. Move the camera in any direction now. To zoom the camera in or out, move the right stick up or down. Zoom the camera now. To rotate the camera, move the right stick left or right. Try rotating the camera now. To reset the camera to the default setting, click the right stick button. Reset the camera now. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station teaches some basic methods for selecting your units. Highlight these soldiers by placing your cursor over them. While your cursor is over the soldiers, press A to select them. The soldiers are now selected. Notice that your currently selected units have a rope around their feet to indicate that they're selected. Some units, like these riflemen, come in squads that are selected as a group when you press A on any of them. You can select all of your units on screen by pulling and holding the left trigger and then pressing A. Try selecting all of your units on screen now. Nicely done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This section will teach you how to move your units. Select these units. Now place your cursor over open ground and notice that the cursor changes. This means that you may issue a move command. Press A to issue a move command next to the smoke signal.
Securing area. Understood.
Great job. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to issue attack commands. Select these soldiers. Now move your cursor over those enemy Nod soldiers and notice that the cursor changes. This means that you may issue an attack command against these units. Press A while the cursor is over the Nod soldiers. Your soldiers will move in and attack them until they're eliminated. When in range, your units will attack enemy units automatically. They will not, however, automatically target structures. You must issue an attack command to destroy those. Have your units destroy that Nod power plant by issuing an attack command on the structure. Well done. The attack move command is used to make units move to a location, but stop to attack every enemy they encounter on the way. This differs from a normal move command, which will ignore every enemy unit along the way. To give these units an attack move command, select them, and then double-tap A over open ground near those Nod soldiers to send your units on a path of destruction. Good work. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. Your collection of structures is referred to as your base. This section teaches the basics of base construction. The vehicle moving into view is an MCV. An MCV allows you to build the structures that will form your base. Select the MCV. To unpack your MCV, pull and hold the right trigger to open the radial interface. Now use the left stick to highlight the Unpack command at 12 o'clock. Press A with the icon highlighted to unpack the MCV. Now that the MCV is unpacked, you have established ground control and can place additional structures anywhere within your build radius. Pull and hold the right trigger to open the radial interface. Use the left stick to highlight the power plant icon at 12 o'clock. Then press A. The structure is now being built. Every structure has a build time before it can be placed on the battlefield. Notice the construction window is populated next to the minimap. The building is now ready. Pull and hold the right trigger to open the radial interface. Select the flashing power plant icon. A blueprint of the structure appears under your cursor in the middle of the screen. The building can now be placed anywhere within your build radius. Press A to place the building. To return to your base at any time, click the left stick button. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This section teaches you how to build the units that will fight for you. Select the barracks, and then pull and hold the right trigger to open the radial interface. Use the left stick to highlight the rifleman squad icon in the radial interface. When hovering over an icon, pull and hold the left trigger to see specific details. Now press A to begin building a squad of riflemen. You may queue up additional squads by pressing the A button again. Queue up an additional 2 squads. When one squad is completed, the next squad will begin to build. If you want to pause building on any queue, press B on the icon for that unit. You may then resume building the unit by pressing A, or you may cancel building the unit by pressing B again. You can also utilize the radial interface to access your build queues from anywhere on the battlefield. Deselect the barracks by pressing B, then pull and hold the right trigger to open the radial interface. This top-level menu provides quick access to your build queues. Go ahead and select the infantry build queue at 2 o'clock. You have now remotely accessed your barracks build queue without actually selecting the structure. Use this opportunity to train another rifleman squad. You can now use the radial interface to cycle through all your different barracks structures. Highlight the next barracks icon by keeping the left stick centered, then hit the A button. You have now remotely accessed your second barracks structure. Train another rifleman squad, and notice that this squad deploys from your second barracks. You can use this cycle method to train units at an unlimited number of different production structures. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you about upgrades and abilities. Units receive upgrades when you research them at buildings such as the armory. Select the armory, and then open the radial interface. Notice the various upgrades in its radial. Press A on the composite armor upgrade at 12 o'clock. The upgrade is now being researched. Select your rifleman and note that the upgrade is now indicated in the selection portrait. Good job, Commander. The riflemen now have the composite armor upgrade. Zone troopers have a jump jet ability. This ability allows them to jump across impassable terrain. Select the zone troopers and open the radial interface.
Punch it!
Press your cursor on the jump jet changes to a targeting blueprint. This lets you select where you want to target your ability. Use your targeting blueprint over the ravine and press A using this activate the ability. Many units have abilities that can be found in their radial interface. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to execute special commands. Certain units perform special commands other than attacking. This engineer, for example, cannot attack structures, but is able to perform other unique actions. Select the engineer. Now place your cursor over the damaged power plant. Notice you get a different cursor indicating the engineer can enter and repair the structure. Press A on the damaged GDI power plant to command your engineer to enter the building and repair it. The engineer is lost in the process, and the power plant is repaired. The engineer can also capture an enemy building. Press right on the D-pad to cycle through your special units. The first selection will be your commando, if you have one. Every unit after that will be one of your engineers. Try it now. Select the engineer. Press A on the enemy Nod power plant to command your engineer to enter the building and capture it. The Nod power plant is now yours. Many units can perform actions other than attacking in certain situations. Look for special cursors that indicate these special commands. Nicely done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to use powers. Certain buildings provide you with powers that can be used on the battlefield. You must spend credits to use these powers. The GDI airfield allows you to utilize the Orca Strike power. To use your powers, open the radial interface and select the Powers icon at 6 o'clock. Highlight the Orca Strike power and press A. Just like the Zone Trooper jump jets, your on-screen cursor changes to a targeting blueprint. Move the targeting blueprint over that Nod structure, and then press A to use the power. Notice the bombing run power is able to damage enemy structures without you needing to jeopardize your units. The ability will go through a cooldown period before it's available again. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to create groups. Groups are a combination of units or structures that you create in order to manage your army effectively. To begin creating a group, select these units. Open the radial interface and select the Groups icon. Now highlight an empty group icon and press Y.
Rendezvous point confirmed. Securing area. Move!
They have abandoned us, my child. Brotherhood of Nod has been broken. You are the only one who has not forsaken me. At this very moment, McNeil and his GDI lackeys celebrate their victory in what they are calling the Second Tiberium War. They have the Tacitus, but no understanding of its true purpose. Our technology has failed us. Cabal is no more.
Listen to the sounds of your own extinction.
Though his memory lives on. Our enemies believe we have been defeated, and that I am no longer among the living. They are gravely mistaken. You and I are all that remain, but all that is necessary. For together we will raise a great army. Together we will show the world downtrodden who the real enemy is. GDI promises them prosperity, but in the slums of Rio, the homeless and hungry know the truth. They have been forgotten. They have nothing but their anger. We will take that spark and start a fire which will become a great conflagration. Peace through power.
Establishing video uplink.
Rio is rife with the angry, the disenfranchised. A powder keg of rebellion ready to ignite. Soon, the flames of insurrection shall flicker and rise.
Incoming transmission. Destroy the GDI administration centers and spark rebellion in the city.
Where they at?
New bonus objective.